Alright, it is minor triad time. So I'm operating under the assumption now that you've spent some time with the major triads. Maybe not on all the keys, but at least most of them. You've done at least exercise 1, maybe work on exercise 2, getting them smoothed out a little bit. So you've done some work on the major triads, because that will drastically help and reduce the amount of work you have to do on minor triads, if you've done that. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna, again, stick with the key of C, and I'll leave it up to you to figure out all the rest of the keys. But the concept is the same for them all. So let's say we got our lowest C major triad, second inversion here, 3-3-2, like we've gone over in the last video. A minor triad, the only thing different, instead of 1-3-5, is 1 flat 3-5. So the 3 gets, you have to take away a fret, basically. So if you know where the 3 is in each of your triads, it's easy enough just to lower it by 1 fret. So in here, the 3rd is my second finger there, the 2nd fret. So I can just lower it by 1 fret and make it the 1st fret. And there's my minor version of the C triad. So same thing with all the rest on the string. So I'll do the first string group just like in exercise 1. We got the root, the 3rd, the 5th. Here's the 3rd again. So we're gonna lower that to the 6th fret. So instead of 8-7-5, we now have 8-6-5. So it sounds like this. And the last one, the 3rd, is the lowest note now. So instead of 12-10-10, we're gonna lower it 11-10-10. Sounds like that. So for our major, it sounds like this. Minor will sound like this. Alright, next string group. We're gonna have same idea. The 3rd is in the middle in this case. Lower it. So we have 3-1-0. Then we're gonna go up to 6-5-5. And then up to 10-10-8 instead of 10-10-9. Right? So we're just lowering that 3rd. So this is where it comes in, like, it's very handy to understand what notes are where in your inversions. So it's possible kind of to get through the inversions of the major just to kind of memorize the shapes and just repeat them, right? And you kind of get it. But if you don't know actually what the notes are in the triad and where they are in your fingering, then this is going to be a lot harder to just figure out where the 3rd is and lower it. You're going to almost have to memorize a whole new set of shapes instead of just having to alter your major shapes. It's doable, but it takes a lot more work. So I think we're on the next string group here, 2, 3, and 4. There's our major, so we're going to lower that 3rd to the 1st fret. So I'm going to switch my fingers around here to be a little more comfortable. And there's that. Alright, here we had 5-5-5 originally for a major, so instead the 3rd is now going to be lowered, so we have 5-5-4. Here we had 10-9-8, so it's going to be 10-8-8. And then last string group, we had this one before, but since we can't lower the 1st string, E would be the 3rd, right? Without detuning the guitar, we can't do that one anymore. So we're just gonna have to start up here. Instead of 5-5-3, it's 5-4-3. We're going up here, instead of 9-8-8, it's 8-8-8. And finally, instead of 12-13-12, we have 12-13-11. It's like a D minor chord shape, right? But on fret 12, 13, and 11. So those are all the string groups by themselves. I'll play through them quickly so you can see what it looks like. So I won't do separate videos for the exercises this time. I'll just do it all in this one. So here's the first exercise doing that. And it's a good idea to remember to go down as well. Right, you don't want to just be stuck thinking one way all the time, where you have to go, oops, missed one, or you have to go up in order to know them, right? You want to be able to go any direction that the music is going. So that's the first exercise, just doing all the string groups by themselves, 3 unique ones like we talked about in the first video. And then next, you can do the second exercise, where you're going to start in one position, go up and back down. So I think I'm going to change key in this one, just for fun, and I want to do it in, let's say, the key of A flat minor. Just so you can see, like, you do have to work on the other ones. This will probably be a bit slower than C minor, because it's a little trickier, but let's see what I can do. So, here's our lowest A flat minor. Feel free to use open strings when you can. And maybe just for fun I'll do one more. How about B minor? I like B minor because there's tons of open strings. And it's got a nice deep sound at the bottom there, so. Okay, let me talk about this one. This one's interesting because normally, like I said before, we can just stay in one position, go up, down, and one position. But we kind of run into a similar issue that we ran into last time when we were doing F. So we wanted to do two notes that are on the same string. Same thing happens with B minor. We have B, D, and then F sharp, which is on the same string as D, so we can't do that. So we're gonna have to go up here into a new position, and then we have to go back down after that. So it's kind of interesting, that one. Anyway, let's try it. Three keys with that second exercise. So work on those, get them almost as comfortable as major, if you can, just as comfortable as major. And then, you know, once you start getting the hang of those, you can move on to the next one, which will be diminished. So I'll see you in that video.